Let's rewind for a second and remember who Rosie Perez is. For those who may not know, Rosie burst onto the Hollywood scene in the late 80s, gaining instant recognition for her unforgettable role in Spike Lee's classic, Do the Right Thing. She later won hearts in films like It Could Happen to You, White Men Can't Jump, and dozens of other projects across film and television. Known for her unmistakable Brooklyn accent, sharp comedic timing, and fearless approach to roles, Rosie carved out a career that made her a cultural icon. But beyond the glitz and glamour of Hollywood, Rosie's personal life has also been full of love and laughter. And right now, one of her biggest sources of joy is her grandson. During her chat with Jenna Bush Hager, Rosie shared a heartwarming update about her grandson and how their bond keeps evolving. Like many kids, her little guy has recently decided that calling her abuela isn't cool enough anymore. Instead, at 4 years old, he's upgraded her name to Bueli. Rosie laughed as she explained how these small but meaningful changes melt her heart. Because it's not just about what he calls her. It's about the growing personality behind those words. It's those little moments, she said, that remind her just how special this stage of life really is. And if you've ever been around a grandparent, you know exactly what she means. The nicknames, the inside jokes, and the bonds that only grow deeper with time. For Rosie, one of the sweetest parts of being a grandmother is bedtime. She shared that her favorite moments are when she's tucking her grandson in, singing songs together, and creating those small rituals that kids remember forever. Their go-to is music from Disney's Moana. Yes, even Rosie Perez can't resist a good Disney sing-along. She joked that sometimes she forgets the baby monitor is on, and before she knows it, her daughter-in-law is yelling through the speaker, reminding her that it's time to let the little one actually go to sleep. Rosie laughed as she recounted how quickly she switches gears, from fun-loving grandma to okay, go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep. It's a classic example of how grandparents often get carried away in the joy of the moment. But what really stood out in her interview is how Rosie described the difference between being a parent and being a grandparent. As she put it, with your own kids, there's a ton of pressure. You're constantly learning, worrying, and trying to get everything right. With grandkids, all that pressure melts away. You've learned from experience. You've already been through the tough stuff, and now it's just about love, connection, and joy. Rosie called her grandson her joy, and you could see the light in her eyes as she said it. That simple statement speaks volumes about the unique bond grandparents have with their grandchildren. It's love in its purest, most relaxed form. Jenna Bush Hager chimed in, agreeing wholeheartedly. She mentioned that her own parents, former President George W. Bush and First Lady Laura Bush, have said the exact same thing, that being grandparents is one of the only things in life that isn't overrated. Everyone talks it up as the best thing in the world, and when it happens, you realize it truly is. Jenna even pointed out that there's something evolutionary about it, something that feels deeply natural and meaningful. Rosie nodded in agreement, adding that she even volunteers to chaperone kids' birthday parties. While other parents dread the chaos, Rosie embraces it with a big smile and a let's go. Now let's not forget, Rosie Perez is still the same fiery, fun, and talented actress who shook up Hollywood more than 30 years ago. In fact, when Jenna asked if Rosie could still bust out the same iconic dance moves she did in Do the Right Thing, Rosie didn't hesitate to keep it real. With a laugh, she said, "Oh my God, if I did that now, I would be in surgery." It's the kind of humor fans have always loved from her. Self-aware, playful, and never afraid to poke fun at herself. And while the dance moves might have changed, the energy, wit, and charisma are as strong as ever. But Rosie isn't just living in the past. She made it clear that her passion for acting has only grown stronger over the years. She said, "I love it even more, honestly. I love it even more. I just want to act all the time." What's changed, she explained, is that she's learned to embrace her nerves, step out of her own way, and focus purely on the craft. At this point in her career, she gets to be selective, picking projects that inspire her instead of chasing roles that simply keep her busy. That freedom is one of the great perks of longevity in Hollywood, and Rosie is fully embracing it. Fans who follow Spike Lee's work may have even spotted Rosie recently in a subtle cameo during the Puerto Rican parade scene in his latest film. It was a blink-and-you'll-miss-it appearance, but it proved two things: her love for her roots and her enduring connection to one of the directors who helped launch her career. And that's something Rosie has always celebrated: her heritage, her culture, and the importance of staying true to herself while navigating the ups and downs of Hollywood. At the end of the day, Rosie Perez is showing us all how to age with grace, humor, and purpose. She's a reminder that life doesn't stop at 60, it evolves. From award-winning actress to loving grandmother, Rosie is embracing every chapter with the same passion that made her a star in the first place. Whether she's cracking jokes about bedtime battles, chaperoning birthday parties, or choosing her next film role, Rosie Perez continues to prove that joy, love, and creativity have no expiration date. And for fans who have followed her journey since day one, it's a beautiful thing to watch. You know how some celebrities seem to defy time, almost like they've found the secret to staying vibrant and joyful no matter how many years pass? Well, today we're diving into the life of Rosie Perez, the beloved actress who's been lighting up our screens since the late 80s and early 90s. At 61 years old, Rosie isn't just proving that age is nothing but a number. She's embracing her new role as a grandmother. And she's doing it with humor, warmth, and that signature spark fans have loved for decades. During a recent sit-down on Today with Jenna and Friends, Rosie opened up about what it's like being a grandma, how her grandson has already upgraded her nickname, and why this stage of her life feels so different, yet so rewarding. Stick around, because Rosie's story is equal parts sweet, hilarious, and inspiring.